Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, China is dusting off some unused regulations to shore up its deteriorating financial situation. But first, at the overnight dairy auction, prices were little changed, down 0.2% in US dollar terms, but up 2.8% in New Zealand dollar terms. The dominant whole milk powder price was essentially unchanged, but the food service commodities like skim milk powder were down 1.8%, mozzarella was down 8.2%, and butter was down 0.3%. Going the other way, cheddar cheese was up 4.2%, and the only bright spot. No farm gate payout forecasts will be changed because of this event. Last week's US Retail Impulse survey shows a strong rise of 5.6% from a year ago. And this is not only well ahead of inflation, but is built on a strong 4.6% gain in the same week a year ago. Meanwhile, American consumer inflation expectations in September were little changed at 3% for the year ahead. In fact, consumer labour market and household finance expectations are largely stable too. Given it's an election period with its share of weirdness, perhaps you would not quite expect this result. And Canada's CPI inflation rate fell to 1.6% in September from 2% in August and is now at its lowest level since February 2021. Lower fuel costs drove the retreat. It seems more likely now that Canada's central bank will cut its 4.25% policy rate when it next meets on Thursday, October the 24th, New Zealand time. Maybe outsized cuts are coming there. In China, Bloomberg is reporting that tax authorities are cracking down on offshore income earned by their wealthy. It has begun enforcing a long overlooked tax on overseas investment gains. Some wealthy individuals in major Chinese cities were told in recent months to conduct self-assessments or were summoned to tax authorities' offices for meetings to evaluate potential payments, including those for an arrears from prior years. The move underscores growing urgency in Beijing to expand its sources of revenue as land sales tumble and growth slows. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now just on 4.04% and down 8 basis points from yesterday. And the price of gold will start today at $2,661 an ounce, up $14 from yesterday. And oil prices are down as sharp as $3.50 a barrel, to just on $70.50 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is now down to $74.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar starts today at 60.8 US cents and down 10 basis points from yesterday. Against the Aussie with little change at 90.7 Australian cents. Against the euro also little change at 55.8 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today now just over 69.2 and marginally softer from this time yesterday. Join us at 10:45 a.m. this morning when we'll have full coverage of the third quarter New Zealand CPI result, a crucial factor in setting monetary policy. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.